The charred interior of the Talk of the Town bar, where off-duty detective Derek Breen and 8 others were having an early evening drink when 3 masked gunmen burst in. They opened fire on the policeman, also hitting barman John McCabe. Another man was grazed on the back of the head with a bullet. The gunmen left an incendiary device on the floor as they fled. It went off 45 minutes later, badly damaging the interior. Before that, the customers had managed to drag the 2 fatally wounded men outside. Mrs. Bernie Traynor, a daughter of the bar owner, was one of those in the pub at the time of the attack.
To come in and take anybody, to people that are sick. I hate them. I hate everyone. I hope they're caught. I really do. I hope they're caught.
Mr. McCabe, who was 25, had been working at the Talk of the Town for only 6 months. He was married just last July and had planned to move to a new home with his wife shortly. Today she was too distressed to talk about the killings. Detective Constable Breen lived near Maguiresbridge in Lisbon. He was married with a 9-month-old daughter.
Relatives of Detective Constable Derek Breen came to Lisbon Methodist Church for the baptism of his daughter Sarah. Today they gathered there in grief. The 29-year-old officer was murdered on Tuesday night, 4 miles from here, at Maguiresbridge. He was shot dead by 3 IRA gunmen who burst into the Talk of the Town bar. Barman John McCabe was also killed. He was buried yesterday. Constable Breen's wife, Iris, was helped into Lisbon Methodist Church by close relatives. It was packed, and the service had to be relayed to several hundred people outside. During the service, the Methodist president called for a major deployment of soldiers along the border.
The border is playing a large part in the killing of security forces. And I am far from convinced that the government has got as large a commitment to maintaining the border, and I wish that we could sense the powers that be to the fact that they must have a major commitment. I know there are people on the border, both sides of the border, and sometimes we in Northern Ireland become rather het up and we blame the Irish forces and wish they could do more. But quite honestly, we can't ask them to do more and not do more ourselves. There's no point in having troops here just like military bands or ceremonial figures. There must be a strong, strong presence to prevent these men coming over, these men and women coming over and killing men like this. They've got the armaments, and they are the people to guard the border.
The owner of the Talk of the Town bar in Maguiresbridge was there at the church to pay his respects with his family, as were local politicians, friends and RUC colleagues of the dead man. The coffin, draped in the Union flag and bearing the dead officer's cap, was carried from the church by an RUC bearer party, made up of police colleagues from L Division. A 20-man escort party accompanied the coffin on its way to the cemetery outside Enniskillen.